Hey, everybody. You're listening to Page Screen and Beyond podcast number 18 from November 9th, 2019. This week in Page, we talk Power Rangers comic number 45. This week in Screen, we talk The Boys 2, The Lighthouse, and the Terminator movie. And this week in Beyond, we talk Outer Worlds and Beyond Good and Evil 2. If you hear something you would like to see from this podcast, be sure to check out the links below. Yeah, I actually just picked up Destiny 2. My brother-in-law gave it to me just because he got an extra one in like his he gets like the loot crate. So he already had Destiny 2 and they like gave him a free one.
That game's so good. I love what that studio does with
Bungie and Activision.
Well, Activision's out now.
Yeah, they're out now, which
it's all Bungie at this point.
Yeah, which I'm supportive because I know Bungie, like I'm obviously a huge Halo fan, and of course Bungie is like Bungie. They're the first person shooter like huge franchise, and if they have full creative just go of Destiny, there's no telling what they're gonna do. Actually,
I guess I don't really understand Destiny. It just seems real grindy and the same thing over and over again.
It is in
100%.
some ways, yeah.
Yeah, no, it's a total grind.
Yeah, it's a grinder game, yeah. But the action that you get into is entertaining.
I played it a bit. I mean,
fun gameplay goes a long way.
What's interesting at this point for it is that the way they're evolving the universe happens on like a 3-month cycle.
So they add new shit all the time?
Yeah, so like there's a new game type and then there's a specific piece of gear that you can equip that's specific to this 3-month season, and it will drive the storyline within this season, which will tie into the next season, and it'll piggyback and advance forward. And they're like changing the world as it's happening, so there's a vendor in the main social space that all of a sudden a couple weeks ago they started like constructing a big apparatus in the background of her that ties into like the current driving enemy forces for this season, and it's predicted that will tie us into the next season.
So it's like a constantly evolving
landscape. And I mean there's week by week changes that they add. The way they like release their new content is happening in a flow that promotes you wanting to or needing to continue to play consistently week over week in order to understand what's happening.
Yeah, I never was able to understand anything that was happening because I would just join into somebody like, you should try this game, and then I go play with them, and it's like, I don't know what the fuck's going on.
Yeah.
I just shoot the thing that's in front of me, it dies, and then I shoot the next
Yeah,
thing.
it's one of those games you kind of need to keep playing in order to like really fully understand it.
Yeah, I have no idea.
You can't just like pick
And
up
that's
and like,
probably-
oh, that's what's happening.
Explaining that formula is exactly what Ed Boon has been trying to figure out how to do with Mortal Kombat for years. He said that like he wants to make a game that makes you feel nervous about putting it down for too long because you want to keep upping to keep yourself like current.
Yeah, I got sucked back into Monster Hunter Iceborne this week, or last 2 weeks, and as a result, I've slipped behind in Destiny enough that like I have to do some research to figure out what's exactly happening again, and then grind my way back up to light level.
Yeah, my brother is hardcore Destiny with his friends on PlayStation, and he just grinds out like they do quests like every week. Just like they make sure to meet up. I think it's like every Thursday.
Yep.
And you just do a raid or whatever comes out that week, basically.
Yep.
I just don't have cool enough friends, I guess.
Guess
No way.
not, yeah.
There's no way. They'd be like, no, we have to play from where I'm at because I've already done that. It's
Oh.
like, well then,
That's not
why the
fun.
fuck am I
Yeah.
playing this game?
So am I just like your tag-along buddy?
Right. You just need an extra gun. A
What
shitty
happened-
one because you're higher level than me and I can't do damage.
What happened with Fortnite with that whole black hole situation? Is it still down?
No, it lasted 28 hours or something like that. It was relatively brief. Came with a new
Just
map.
enough to kick up some dirt.
It was
Yeah,
just
yeah.
kind of what Apex did?
Yep.
Okay.
100%.
Then, yeah.
It was just to shake things up.
Yeah.
Got
So
a ton of press.
Yeah, it got all the press. Obviously, like
I'm sure Twitch was ablaze.
I'm pretty sure Twitch burned down that day.
Yeah, what were most of the people that play on Twitch playing? Doesn't everybody play
It's-
fucking
Everyone
Fortnite?
switches to Minecraft.
Yeah.
Build a mini game into like the 1 day long menu that they had up in place of actual gameplay.
Yeah.
From what my understanding, I don't Fortnite.
I don't either. I think it's the worst battle royale game.
I actually purchased Fortnite as a pre-purchase thing, so I spent like $50 on like a deluxe edition, and it came with a PvE version of the game in
Okay.
addition to
Yeah, it doesn't have like
the free-for-all.
zombies and shit.
Yeah,
in
it's
it.
really kind of interesting. You use like the base building mechanics to defend positions from waves and waves of like different enemy types and stuff.
I
It's
do
up
like
to
that.
4-player
Yeah,
cooperative.
kind of like a.
I wish that would take off because I
horde mode.
could get really into that.
Yeah. Mighty Morphin Power Rangers gets a number 45.
Is that DC?
Boom Studios.
They have done crossovers though.
Yeah, they did the
Ninja Turtles.
They did the
one.
Ninja Turtles.
Oh
Power
yeah,
Rangers
then it's
crossover.
totally owned under DC somehow.
Yeah, Dark
That would
Horse
not
type
surprise
shit.
me.
Gotta be
Yeah.
Interesting.
Yeah, Power Ranger comics.
It's
are fun.
very cartoony.
And I mean, that's what the show was. So
Yeah.
having limitless, like anime style potential.
Yeah.
Yeah, this is interesting. It's drawn a lot like some web comics that I read.
Yeah.
It's not your traditional comic art styles. The paneling's really traditional.
I like the light sheen that they have, the reflective
Yeah, That's kinda
aesthetic.
cool.
Yeah. It just adds that like
interesting.
sparkle to
I've
it.
I've
yeah.
never actually seen a Power Rangers comic. That's
Oh really?
yeah, no, that's kind of I knew they existed. I just
Yeah.
I'd never gone out and hunted them down. It's pretty well drawn.
I did a
They're
preview
fun
of
art
the.
style.
Yeah.
I looked at a preview of the one where it was the Teenage Mutant
Yeah.
Ninja. We talked about that a few weeks ago.
We did.
Yeah, and it was like this, where each cover had like different turtles holding the Red Ranger. So this is like, I guess this is the Green Rangers,
Black Ranger.
Black Ranger. That's yeah. So yeah, that's pretty cool. Ryan Parrott and Daniel DeCulo. Explosive publisher Boom Studios is bad news for Power Ponies. Hardcore fans of Mighty Morphin Power Rangers and claim that we've seen comic book publisher make before Boom's promise that nothing will ever be the same after Power Rangers ever again.
So since we've had
They
Power
are
Rangers-
rebooting the movie too. The Power Rangers movie.
rebooting.
They're
not se-
Rebooting the reboot from.
Yeah. They're rebooting the reboot.
I'm very mixed on that. Here's my thing:
Okay.
is feature-length Power Rangers movie could be awesome. The last one
It already
failed.
was kind of awesome. It only failed because it was basically the ending was predictable.
What, did a monster turn really big and then
Yeah,
they
basically. It was exactly
I mean,
what
You
you
know
thought.
what you get when you go to Angel Grove.
I understand.
But it was that times a million with the CGI effects, with the gold and like the melting. It was
I
it was a whole
honestly
thing.
didn't see it because I knew the story already.
No,
It's
my
every
big
single
problem with it
episode
was
is the same. So
you-
how are you gonna make a movie about that and not have the exact same platform? How are you gonna stretch it out even?
You had like 10 minutes of them in Power Ranger uniforms.
Yeah, it wasn't a lot.
Well, and that's a problem.
Like you did.
They
That's all
leaned
it-
so hard into the Breakfast Club angle. Like
Yeah.
they were team building first. And I mean, if this would have done well, if they would have put a little bit more of like Ranger action into it, enough to get people hyped and wanting a sequel, like that Green Ranger tease at the end.
Yeah.
Like they were hoping, and they're like, okay, now that we have the character build, we can lean really heavy into the Power Ranger in suit action in the next one.
I wonder if at this point it doesn't make more sense cinematically to forgo the origin story, produce a movie where the Power Rangers are already established. You're either coming into it with background knowledge or you're coming into it with nothing. Let it blow up because it kills, and then do like a secondary movie that's an origin story.
I can see that.
Kind of like
Yeah.
what they did with Black Widow. They built interest in her over years and years
Yeah.
and years, and now she's finally getting her own standalone film that's set in prior events.
And just flushes out all those.
Because now they know that she specifically can hold the weight of that.
Right.
And not even her specifically, because it sounds like there's a pretty solid supporting cast in there of other heroes. So
And Taskmaster. That's my
I'm
highlight for that.
stoked about Taskmaster.
That's gonna be dope.
Um,
That's gonna be super cool.
It just holds so many implications
Yeah.
for future appearances.
Yeah.
have you seen the fan made Power Rangers little mini movie trailer?
I may have, yeah.
That because it's really unfortunate Saban is so death gripped on no, Power Rangers for children. It
Yeah.
doesn't matter that you grew up with them. We're not doing a dark adult take on
Which
because
is
that fan film was hard to watch in certain elements, but really captivating. The action was cool. The
And they-
story was cool. Give us
Yeah.
adult Power Rangers.
yeah.
Because
Yeah.
the Power Ranger, Mighty Morphin fans are adults now.
Give them an aged, they've been fighting shit and now they're
In an alien war.
Yeah.
As a kid, that you can't gloss over. It
that's
because
the
it's
thing
like
that
monsters.
I wanted them I wanted them to set up that kind of idea where they take the Rangers and have to go and fight on another planet or some shit like that, where it's you take them out of their element basically and break them down
Get
and
all the Breakfast Club out of
divide.
there.
They all they all basically argue and split up, and then they have to come together at the end and persevere. That would have been sweet. Yeah, but
It's Power Rangers, you guys. You know why there's only 10
Mighty
minutes?
Morphin is great.
You know why there was only 10 minutes? Because that's how long the show is realistically when it came out, and that's the only real content they have for it, because it's the same show over and over and over again in Power Rangers.
do you think it was just it was basically a money ploy to get our generation to just go and see the movie?
Yeah, absolutely.
And
They,
it's
I don't
they
think
made it
there's
because
that
they
much
could,
story
basically.
in Power Rangers.
Oh, they made it because toys. Because toys sell
Yeah.
booth.
No, that's
Very
Saban's
true.
whole thing is
Yeah.
how do we,
Yeah.
Saban, yeah, how do we continue selling toys?
Yep.
And that's why they'll never let adults get their hands on it. It's how the fuck are we selling toys of decapitation?
Have you been to a con?
Yeah, exactly.
They'd sell so hard.
So why doesn't Saban look at that?
Because it's a very traditionally Asian company that doesn't want to cross the two things, I think.
Their demographic is ages 12 to 15,
Right.
so
They're scared little bitches, is what
yeah,
you guys are saying.
yeah,
Dude,
basically.
Money talks.
money talks, and people are afraid to mess with a good money
up
flow.
again. Yeah.
They haven't hit their Marvel selling off all of their rights because they're on the verge of bankruptcy. yet.
Exactly.
I started watching End of the Fucking World. Have you seen it at all?
End of the fucking world is
Yeah.
the title.
It's
I'm
on
unfamiliar.
Netflix.
It's British romantic drama comedy.
Just got a second season.
Yeah. Very good.
I like British comedy.
It's still very British, but it is actually you want to keep watching it. It's not one of those ones where you are okay with.
Okay,
putting it
so
down
End
and,
of the
walking
world.
away.
Is it apocalypse?
So
What's the
no.
framework
I
of
don't
it?
think it's actually even.
It's not an
Post-apocalyptic.
apocalypse type movie. It's basically these two kids fall in love, type shit, teenage love, and they run away together and they find this dude's house and they start staying in the house because he's not there.
Mhm.
And he comes home, tries to rape the girl, and the dude stabs him in the neck. Spoiler alert.
Damn.
Yeah, this seems like a whole lot of plot for this.
So then they go on the run. The police find the body, type shit. But it's good. It's entertaining. It has actually good writing, good character development, and I thoroughly enjoyed it. It's not what I expected, and I like it. Yeah, it's something you can sit down with like a girl and watch it and be thoroughly entertained. So
Oh, yeah.
I just wanted to watch that because I had been seeing a bunch of things for the last year about it before I started like The Watchmen or yeah. I also started Better Call Saul, but that's a different story.
I'm gonna let The Watchmen finish before I watch it. I think.
Yeah, I started watching the first episode and I'm gonna let that go.
Like
yeah.
I did with The Boys.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Agreed.
That's what I did with The Boys too.
Yep. Same.
Yep.
But The Boys actually released all at once, didn't it?
I don't know.
I think
The
I
second season.
actually.
Second season
In
coming.
works.
Yeah.
I
Is
think
it
it's-
out?
I think it's shot. I think it.
Oh,
It's
I thought you were like
early-
released.
I
I
believe
was
they
like, man, I gotta
have
go home.
wrapped
early 2020.
I
is
believe
what
they have
I've
wrapped
been seeing.
production, but
Yeah.
yeah, they're gonna do editing and CGI.
I love
Well,
that
good.
concept so much of The Boys. I love it so much.
It's such a good.
Yeah.
It
idea.
seems so much more like what would really happen if superpowers were a
100%.
thing.
100%.
Like, how do we get the money?
See,
out
that's
of
what we
these
should have
powers?
gotten Power Rangers is the boys type grittiness and like fuck you attitude.
That's a
and then
little
gore.
much for
No,
Power Rangers.
I-
We're
I
jumping
want
that
it.
far.
We're
No,
not getting
a
it.
big
I want
money.
We're
it.
not getting it.
We are adults
I want
now.
it desperately.
No, that's the thing is the people who made Power Rangers basically were still trying to cater to our inner teenager. They weren't catering to the adult people that we are
I didn't
becoming.
watch Power Rangers as a teenager. I watched it as a small child.
Yeah.
Just a very small child because
Well,
it's,
But it
if
is one
if you
obsessed
go
with
back
red.
and watch it,
Yeah.
it doesn't hold up, man.
Rangers
It
was
really
great
doesn't
as a
hold
child.
up as an adult.
Oh, it doesn't. No.
That show,
But that's
is
why
hard to
that-
watch.
yeah, that's why it
doesn't.
fits.
It's really funny.
It is hard. Yes, I totally agree. It's for the attention span of goldfish. But
But to be fair, the chemistry of like the Rangers doing the Breakfast Club thing, like they played off of each other.
I
very
did
well.
enjoy that. Yeah, I did enjoy that.
Like it was very serialized, but anytime you were in like the high school or doing Angel Grove,
Fuck your ad blocker.
have you read Boys? The Boys?
I haven't.
I didn't even heard
I,
about it.
I
Yeah.
don't want to spoil myself for
I
The
don't
Boys
want to
because
either.
yeah, because watching it unfold in live action is a lot of fun.
I feel like this is one of those ones that I will go back and read the comic after watching.
Oh, for sure.
Yeah.
Yeah, see the differences?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I have heard that they're trying to like maintain like as much to the comic as possible.
Right.
Because there
Trying to
is
aid for
like
adaptation.
there is like some serious things that happen that like if you change or fuck up, like people will know.
Didn't they say that the comic is like so much worse? though?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
It is.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. They had to like tune some things down is the thing.
Yeah.
But if you change anything like beyond and like go above or beyond the comic book, that's when you start running into problems.
Right. You're not going to create a new character like Norman Reedus in Walking Dead.
Yeah, right. Yeah, The Boys 2, that's going to be... Do you think they're going to call it The Boys 2? Or do you think it's just going to be The Boys?
It's The
season
Boys.
two?
It's
The
just
Boys
going to
season
be.
two.
Yeah.
Okay.
It's just another season.
Because it says The Boys 2 here on Carl Urban's Instagram, so I don't know.
I'd be surprised.
Yeah.
Not everything has to be Stranger Things.
I saw The Lighthouse.
You saw Lighthouse, I saw Terminator.
Okay. You want to talk about Terminator first?
No, I mean, you started off. Let me hear Lighthouse, because I'm very curious.
Wait, is that
I don't know
that
if we
one
want to
in
talk
the
about
Lighthouse?
Lighthouse.
Was that the one we talked about before with the dude and the dudes in the lighthouse?
Willem Dafoe and Robert Pattinson in a black and white movie.
So it's not even like you see black and white movie, but it's actually also like the aspect ratio is square.
Right.
So
Like,
it's like a
very
projector movie.
isolated.
Yeah, it's like there's black on either side. Yeah, it's very noir. There's a lot of sullen silences, but there's also a lot of yelling. So it's like
It's just a movie to make you feel uncomfortable.
No, it's
it is
claustrophobia.
100%. Yeah,
Oh, I'm not into that.
like the synopsis like of it is to like
Being
make,
driven to the brink of madness with a buddy.
Can we just do spoiler alerts like off the top, and then you can tell me if we were right about it only being one guy losing his fucking mind?
Oh, we did have speculation pre-hand.
So, okay.
So spoiler alert.
So spoiler alert.
You good with that?
I don't care. I'm not gonna see it.
I'm
That
not gonna
sounds
see it either.
terrible.
You're like you're painting a horrible
I'm-
picture for me.
I'm not into claustrophobia. The movie.
So I don't know. It wasn't fully resolved that way, if you catch me.
Did they hint towards
Oh,
that
open-ended,
sort of
huh?
thing?
They hinted
Of course not,
towards
because
okay.
why would they give you resolution? That would make you feel more comfortable.
So, so they hinted at. I think it was actually two men in the lighthouse. It was the both of them. Willem Dafoe's the old guy. He's the new younger guy. But Robert Pattinson's character is told by Willem Dafoe's character that like his previous partner went mad and went insane. And he has all these rules that you have to follow. It's bad luck to do this and that. And he starts like not following the rules basically and starts going mad. So at the end he's obvious. Okay, so Robert Pattinson's character is like running away. I think he actually like killed a guy. There's a story about him being from Canada and being a lumberjack or some shit, and he is like running away from something. And I think in that trying to run away, he also becomes insane. In the
This
same
movie
way
is
that
starting
his
to sound like it's way more confusing than it needs to be.
it was, and it
It's
was
an art house feature.
It is an art house feature. It's a A24 film or whatever.
But all that intrigues
Um,
me.
It's very
Having emotionally deep.
there's
movies.
there's a point in it where like it's all about like Willem Dafoe is like the keeper of the lighthouse. He's the only guy who can go up into the light area, and Robert Pattinson has to like do all the grunt work and like fix the shingles and the leaky roof and like get the coal and shovel it in. He's doing all the shitty work. So it's like you're feeling him go deeper and deeper into insanity, yes, but also like how do I put this? He's kind of like the Joker, where he's kind of becoming more of his own type of person, or his own unique person, and I think that there can be, I think this basically premise of the lighthouse is there can only be one lighthouse keeper, and someone has to go insane. Now,
It's like the Sith rule of two.
since you're not going to see it, I'm going to tell you that if you ever do decide to watch it, you need to be prepared to see both Willem Dafoe's ass and Robert Pattinson jerking it at least twice.
I mean, I don't think that would bother me that much.
Oh,
I'm not
man,
gonna
he's about to
enjoy
be
it.
Batman.
You would think that, but
You would be wrong, it sounds.
yeah, it's
I gotta excuse myself.
it is vigorous, I would say, vigorous masturbation.
That's yeah,
To
uncomfortable. I
a
feel
little
like,
stone mermaid, you know.
I don't know. I feel like it sounds like it
It's
was
not like
made to make you uncomfortable, and that was the only goal
It
of
is,
the movie.
yes, exactly.
I
And
don't
that's
feel like there's any deep things. Really,
there's
it's
not
more just
really,
like
yeah.
what is going to make people the most uncomfortable.
100%.
Yeah.
And the isolation on the island and Willem Dafoe and how he talks is very uncomfortable, but it's also entertaining, and it's very like old sailor talk type shit. And you can't even like understand it for a lot of the movie. You like almost make out what they're saying, but not quite. It's not like they're not speaking eloquently into a microphone.
Fuck this movie, man.
It's
It sounds awful. It
it's-
doesn't sound like I would enjoy it at all. I'd just be mad at it the whole time. I don't even think it would skeeve me. It would just make me mad that they're trying so
And
hard
you would be
to
100,
skeeve me.
and you would be 100% correct. Yes,
Yeah. I think that it would bug me. I really
you would be
do.
100% correct in that. Yes. So yeah, fair warning, if you do go see the movie,
So
just be prepared for a very uncomfortable sitting, and it is long. Like, it's 2 hours plus.
2 hours of madness.
It is. It's a constant burn. It's not a slow burn. It's a constant burn where it's like things lead up to one another. It's not like you're just waiting to like the final climax. Pun intended.
Yeah.
But it's a very like succinct progression into chaos, I guess I would say.
I'm looking forward to seeing it. Still.
Basically, they're planning on being there 4 weeks. The 4 weeks goes up, and the boat doesn't come.
Yeah, because fuck those guys.
Yeah.
Of course the boat's not going to come.
Sometimes it could,
That's uncomfortable.
and it's like one of those things where it's like, could be 3 weeks, could be 7 months.
Well,
Oh dear God.
So it's meant to make you feel like, what the fuck? Like the whole time. And me and my girlfriend were like, looking at each other the whole time like, what is going on? So,
fair enough.
yeah.
I'll watch it when
Fair
it comes
warning,
out on
just-
Netflix or something.
yeah.
Just to make myself angry, I think.
Just a solid fair warning, yeah.
Because I will. Just make myself
Ready.
And I saw Dark Fate, and
Yeah.
7 out of 10.
7 out of 10. Okay.
Yeah, the things that bothered me, I cannot have it be upper echelon because the things that bothered me really bothered me. But the things they did well, which was a lot of it, like it was better than good.
Better than good,
And
but not great. You know what I mean?
It's not an 8. It's
Yeah.
not like 8, 9, 10. You know, it's not that upper echelon. It's not near perfect.
yeah.
But it is definitely awesome. It's really
Okay.
good to the point where I would recommend it to anyone who likes action movies.
It's a solid Abram
action
movie.
sci-fi. Yeah.
Yeah. Which
And
is
if
what I
nothing else,
expected.
my biggest takeaway from this is Mackenzie Davis is someone that I'm going to look into more because of how she just knocked it out of the park.
She nailed it.
Playing against Linda Hamilton, who came to play. Like, Linda Hamilton did not phone it in and was awesome.
She was there.
Yeah.
She was
and
Sarah
was being
Connor.
and being outshined by Mackenzie Davis, which
Well,
was
that's good.
awesome.
I
It
like
was-
that.
Yeah, it was a really cool portrayal.
Good.
And I mean, even Arnie was surprisingly the funniest part of the movie, and it's like
Well, of
not
course,
laughing
yeah.
at him, but like laughing kind of
Along
with him,
with
right?
him,
Like
yeah.
you could tell it was like an intentional thing,
Yeah.
and it played really well.
That's good.
Yeah, no, I mean,
Initial reviews were pretty bad, and I was worried about it, but it
it's not as heady as say Blade Runner type shit.
yeah.
Like that's the thing is people really liked the
dark.
I almost want to say pseudo headiness of
Yeah.
Terminator franchise because
Yeah.
with time travel you're going to have like perspectives and thought provoking material,
Uh-huh.
but it's also like an action movie. You know what I mean? So it's like the pseudo headiness of it takes a back seat at certain points.
Sure.
That man, I'm interested in doing spoiler review once we have all seen it because I don't want to do spoilers for this because I'm preaching to people to go see this and form your own opinion.
Yeah. We'll do
But, like,
we'll do a spoiler cast.
There are things I hate about this movie and things that I love about this movie.
Okay.
And I'd say, without getting into spoilers, the weakest part, one of the weakest parts, in my opinion, is the fact that as cool as the villain had no kind of like depth or motive. It was just
It was
kinda,
very much just machine.
yeah.
Yeah.
Which I mean, all the Terminators kind of have been, but it's also they get like super explained
Like the thing we
by
liked.
somebody else, like the other time traveler.
Yeah.
And this one's just like,
And-
no, it's kind of its own thing.
The thing we liked about the Terminator was that like he was a machine, but he learned to care about humans or a human. So it's like that character development of the Terminator is also what attracted us
Man, I can't
So it's
wait
like-
to get into spoiler talk. It was good. It was.
I'll
really
go
good.
see it this week and this next week, and we'll talk about it next week.
Yeah. I would say that this is because we've had a bunch of Terminator movies, but this is the best Terminator 3 that we could have gotten.
That's good. That's
Like,
good
this
to
is
hear.
a
Yeah,
good
this is a
Terminator
good
3.
Terminator 3. Okay. That's good to know. All right. For Beyond, we could talk Overwatch. And did you have anything else in mind?
What was I saying earlier when we were in the patio?
I have no idea, man. I can't remember.
I don't remember where I am.
I wish we had Matt here
To talk Overwatch?
to talk Overwatch because he's the Overwatch
Biggest
whore.
obsessive, right?
He's just
Well, we can
always on that game.
we can do that next week. We don't have to talk it.
I don't know.
There's no rules. We make our own rules, Josh.
Yeah, this is very loosely put together this week.
Yeah.
I'm kind of feeling it though.
Yeah, this ain't bad.
I did finish my first playthrough of Outer Worlds.
Oh, yeah. How do you like it?
I like it a lot. It's
I was listening to another podcast where they were talking about it, and it sounds okay. It sounds like
the
you
biggest,
get what you pay for,
the
but at the
biggest
same time,
hindrance
yeah.
of this game is the fact that it's not called Fallout's Outer Worlds, because that's something that's been eating away at
okay.
me since
Yeah.
me and X talked about it. Like
Yeah.
a lot of people have no interest in this game because it looks like a rip-off of Fallout.
Yeah.
And it's like, if you would have just owned it and had it be Fallout's Outer Worlds, then you could have gotten it to be brand recognition and more people would have appreciated this game because, I mean, yeah, it plays a lot like Fallout, but it is a very fun game with great characters, great story, great gameplay.
Yeah.
My first playthrough, my biggest frustration was, and I'm not sure, I haven't done adequate research, but after playing through it, there were still like 3 to 4 planets that I hadn't traveled to. That like, I don't know if it's future DLC coming, if it's just art to kind of fill out the map of this star system more, where it's like you can't ever go there for the story, or if I just missed
You can
a side
eventually
quest
go
with some-
there.
But that's
Yeah.
the thing, is there were places on the galactic map or the solar system map
Yeah.
that I hadn't been that looked like places I could go.
Okay. So.
But that could just be I didn't find the right side quest. I don't know what that case is. It could have been background art. It could be upcoming DLC.
Yeah.
But my first playthrough
But
was
it's
a lot of
there,
fun.
is you're saying.
Yeah,
and-
I finished the game thinking I was at the halfway point because I thought the story was going to take me to every planet on the map.
Okay.
My playthrough, I did not visit every planet on the map, so I'm not sure if I just had my first playthrough go differently than how you could play the game, because there's a lot of varying options. Those types of RPGs are a lot of fun.
We're talking Outer Worlds.
I gather.
Choose your own
Yeah.
adventure.
Yeah. The 100-hour.
What's the
RPG.
weapon selection like?
Huh?
What's the weapon selection like?
I'm excited to have a third playthrough because having science weapons is a unique perspective where
Okay.
that's where it kind of goes into like the Ratchet and Clank realm of, because this is a sci-fi, you could do like the shrinking gun, the mind control
Yeah,
gun.
that's what I'm looking for.
They have
Yeah.
a handful of science weapons that they start off at such low stats that they're not worth bringing around in your arsenal.
Okay.
But if you can, because they give you a toggling of 4, like you press triangle and you can cycle through 4 slots of weapons. So you can have
Oh,
your
cool.
science weapon, a melee weapon,
Alright.
handgun, or
Yeah.
like a submachine gun, or like rifle.
Sure.
There is a wide variety. Like you have flamethrowers, you have little rocket launchers, you have like assault rifles.
So that's what I'm looking for in a game like that. Is just a
and
nice
different
weapon selection. 'Cause
weapon
if it's just
type
like
damage, because you can
4
have
different
like
types of
shock,
weapons.
poison, burn. You know what I mean? Like
Nice.
you can modify both melee and projectile weapons.
This might be an underdog game where it's like,
No, that's what I'm saying. Like
Yeah.
its biggest deterrent is it's not called Fallout's Outer Worlds. It's
Okay.
it's a fun game with great characters,
is there
good
any
story.
You say Fallout. Is there any like throwing weapons like knives or like ninja stars or something like that? There's got to be grenades, I assume.
I had not Like there are planted grenades that are supposed to trip you up if you don't shoot them before you get up to them.
Okay,
But
so like Claymore
with
type stuff.
with my playthrough, I did not plant or throw a grenade.
Okay.
I had like a little grenade launcher
Yeah.
as a projectile weapon, but I didn't have throwing weapons.
Okay.
Just slashing weapons.
Got it. Okay.
Slashing / bludgeoning.
Interesting.
But I don't know if
Is
I
that
played
only
the
on
game to its
PlayStation or
fullest.
is that on? That's got to be on Xbox too. Yeah.
And I'm pretty sure
That's
they're
the
working
right
towards a
platform.
PC.
Yeah, that's right. They are doing PC Outer Worlds because they want to do modding for that.
And I mean, this deserves a franchise. Like, they built a galactic society that you can come back to. It's called Halcyon.
Does it have planet-to-planet travel, like you jet off of the planet onto the next one?
Nope, it's you're looking at a map and it goes do, 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 and then you're at the next planet.
See, everything
So is this linear gameplay then? You just go
Open
through-
world as a motherfucker.
Is it?
Really? I thought it was going to be more linear.
So-
There's
Right.
so many side quests, and I mean, there are the main quest versus side quests, but there's so many different ways that you can play the game that you can put off any type of main mission for a long time, and when it's time to do a main mission, you have choices about how you want to execute it.
Good. I do like that.
This game, I might actually get this game.
Yeah.
It's
I
so
thought it was
much
gonna
fun.
be linear, like
This
Dishonored
is-
or something. When they
Yeah,
made that game,
yeah,
which
yeah,
is
yeah.
very linear, and I
Yeah.
wasn't feeling it. But if this is open world, I will probably.
I will definitely
with
pick
this.
this up. And you can pick like what type of character you want to be type shit.
Oh yeah, skill trees are definitely a thing.
This is what
Yeah.
I wanted, like the gameplay and stuff while on a planet to be like for.
No Man's Sky.
This kind
Yes.
of yeah.
If you took
That's
that
totally fair.
interplanetary travel and
Yeah.
added that to this, I
Oh,
would
yeah.
probably never play another video.
This
Right,
kind of feels like
exactly.
a
it
Bioshock.
When he was explaining it, I thought about No Man's Sky, and I was like, man, No Man's Sky could have been so much cooler.
That was-
Supposedly they've done a lot of work to that
I've
game,
heard
too.
that, but they left me such a sour taste at the beginning. I don't want to give them.
Yeah,
shot.
I uninstalled it and I haven't installed it since.
I fought with PlayStation to get a refund.
Did you?
Yeah, I dumped 36 hours into it in like the first 48 hours of it being out, and then fought with PlayStation because it was not at all what it was advertised
Nope.
to be.
yeah.
And I was like, this is false advertisement. Like, you need to refund my money.
dang.
Like, I'll buy another game. I don't care,
Yeah.
but I'm not having this.
Yeah,
Remember
it,
after
it,
that.
it was pretty lackluster when it released.
Supposedly it's better. I don't know. I can't speak on
Supposedly,
that 'cause I haven't
yeah.
played it.
But how much better? Like, yeah.
I've had a couple of people that have gone back that have said it's worth playing now. Dude, when it first came out, it wasn't worth playing, and I really did play quite a bit of it to be like, this has got to be worth something.
like something's got to be coming.
It's such a cool concept. Why is it so fucking
Why
boring?
is it falling flat?
It's
Yeah.
so fucking boring.
It's like going to a museum.
Beyond Good and Evil looks to be the first game. Beyond Good and Evil 2 looks to be the first game
I remember
that's going to be
seeing
able to deliver on that.
Yeah.
Because they're doing like the planet-to-planet travel and stuff. The scaling is ridiculous on their worlds.
Yeah, I remember seeing
They did something
At E3.
E3 in 2008.
and they showed it, and I was like,
Yeah.
holy, like they did a zoom out or a zoom in. I can't remember.
Yeah. They have like a giant statue that the ship
Yeah,
is floating by.
that's
and
right.
The statue is giganormous in comparison to the ship, and then you can still fly off the planet. It looks to
And then
be a
you
pretty
have like
colorful cast.
all these crazy characters. Like this, I will for sure be picking up, 100%.
Beyond Good and Evil.
Yeah, 2. The first one came out in like the early 2000s
Something like that.
for like PC only, and it gained a huge cult following.
And what type of gameplay is it?
It's open universe RPG.
Okay.
Mass Effect, I think, is a good comparison.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, it's like Mass Effect times like 17.
Interesting.
Yeah. A lot more gritty aesthetic, very space pirate type shit.
Like I said before, like with Destiny, good gameplay goes a long way.
The cinematic trailers are equivalent to Blizzard.
Yeah. Yeah, super high quality cinematics.
Yeah.
I think we'll see a lot of that in
Yeah.
future. Like, next-gen consoles will be able to handle a lot more cinematics.
Next gen consoles are so soon.
Next Christmas season.
Yeah.
What
1
do you
year.
want? They could be launching early 2020, but the only reason Sony's not doing it is because they're
Time and a place.
Yeah, they want to get as many PS4 owners to upgrade to a PS5 at launch
Yep.
as possible, and to
Yep.
do that, they want to have inventory available to accommodate that.
Yeah.
I'll adopt right away.
Oh fuck yeah!
I
I'm
still-
sure I will too.
I still have a first, like, from the day it launched PS4.
I have a Black Ops 3 because it came with a terabyte instead of 500.
Yeah, I see the Blizzard animation. I think I have seen this trailer.
This trailer's old, I think.
Yeah, it's 2015, 2016.
It's got one of the longer production times on a game.
Yeah. I mean, they've been working on it since like it first. Yeah, like they've been
good
working on this
space
game for
travel
like a
with a good
decade,
story
and
goes
it's like
so
an
far.
independent studio too. So like they've been just taking as much time as they want.
There's always a bigger fish.
It's a much bigger fish.
What a badass!
Yeah.
Jump from a ship to fighting stance.
There's another trailer too, but that
They got a couple cinematics up
yeah.
there. That one was uploaded in 2018.
Oh yeah. I think the other one was the one from 2016, but either way, I'm actually really excited for that. Just
Yeah, that
that's
was-
one of the games I remember seeing the size and scale of it in the demo or whatever they did at E3 and was just blown away.
When
So,
is this gonna be a thing?
I think this is next year.
2020, I think.
Yeah, I think they were waiting for next gen consoles to be able to run that type of size game. So they were just biding their time. So
Dope.
it should be real dope. Anything else you boys want to talk about?
RDJ with Disney pushing for him getting best Oscar or best acting.
Oh,
Oscar nom?
that's right. Yeah, they did put him in the running for that. Do you think he'll get it? I
If
don't
he gets a
know.
nomination,
He's definitely going to be nominated. Like, he's one of the biggest actors of the last decade.
If he gets it-
Arguably,
it-
yeah,
if he gets it, it's gonna be a lifetime achievement award. And
Yeah. I could see that.
the only reason I think that he could get away with it is if they're going to be doing a Joker 2. Which I don't really endorse. I think that it was such a good standalone. But, like, RDJ shouldn't really have a chance against Joaquin this year.
I don't think there's room for a Joker too.
I think I heard that Joaquin doesn't want to do one. Like, he just
wouldn't.
doesn't want to.
Right.
Which I'd be completely okay with. I think I said that when we talked about it at first, but I would be 100% okay with it just leaving it alone. Leaving it be. Let it be what it is. Don't put too many cooks in the kitchen and ruin this dish.
Well,
'cause-
especially with the RDJ thing, if he gets nominated for Endgame, he was tied for number one with Hemsworth and Evans. Like,
yeah,
the three of them
but
have lifetime achievement potential, and
Robert Downey Jr.
All of them knocked it out in that film.
started
and
the
films
universe,
prior.
though.
No, yeah, I mean, credit where credit's due. He was
Besides
the
Ed
first one.
Norton.
But I'm saying for a best actor performance in Endgame, like,
Yeah.
Thor had a lot of range.
Yeah.
Cap was
true.
sitting in meetings. I mean, shit.
But who saved the universe, Keegan? Was it Thor?
It wasn't Thanos, I'll tell you that much.
Was it Captain America?
Thanos did his best, man. He did what he could.
I mean, he won the last movie.
He was just a single father trying to raise his kids.
No, man, RDJ...
RDJ for Best Actor.
deserves to be in the conversation for sure.
Yeah.
But he can't touch what Joaquin did. Right?
I agree.
I don't think his performance is as compelling as Joaquin's is.
No, I agree. But as far as consistently holding that character, like
Doesn't
long
the Oscars
term,
do a lifetime achievement?
I think they do. Yeah. But I think they only do it for like people who have like retired from acting or like are older.
So just gotta wait it out. He'll get acknowledged for Avengers eventually.
Eventually.
But this is Joaquin's
But yeah.
year, right?
Yeah. Like
Most
it's
likely.
yeah. I would
I mean, we're about to be hitting Oscars.
Gun to my head.
I haven't
Gun to my
seen-
head, it
seen
is
the movie.
between Joaquin and RDJ. I don't really know any other actors of recent note that have.
Oh, doesn't Shia have 2 art house movies this year?
Yeah, but I haven't seen any of them.
I hear nothing but good things about Peanut Butter Falcon.
Yeah, I've heard it's really good.
It, like,
Also,
astounding.
Honey Boy. I
Yeah,
saw
no,
a trailer
that's the other
for.
one I'm really excited for.
I saw a trailer for that at Lighthouse. And
So don't count Shia out just yet.
I won't.
The dude's a pretty
But-
impressive actor.
He's really got some power behind his acting.
Yeah, this
like,
could be fun Oscars.
yeah.
Yeah,
Well, anyway.
I won't be watching it.
Yeah,
I'll look
but-
and see who won, but
Yep.
Yeah, right. All right, everybody. If you like this kind of content, be sure to like, share, and subscribe. Hit the bell down below so you get a notification every time we upload a video. My name is John Tubbs.
My name's Colin Lifford.
Keegan Lagerwell.
Josh Wilson.
And we'll catch you guys next time.
Love you guys. Peace.